Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully y'all are having a great day, great week. We're almost to Friday. It's Thursday night. Last Epoch Season 2. We're going to be reworking the Void Hammer build. I put out a video yesterday, I believe. Maybe it's been 2 days now. I don't know, lost track of time. But I put out a Void Hammer build and there was some serious issues with that build that were pointed out to me. And I'm extremely thankful for everyone that commented and reached out on Discord, and I've learned so much in the past 24, 48 hours, whatever it's been, that I am really, really excited to get the gear that we actually want, and also rework all the abilities that are actually useful for the build. So, seriously, thank you to everyone that has reached out. Let's go ahead and jump into Last Epoch Season 2. Here we are. And leveling is slowed down, man. It's as you get closer to level 100, leveling definitely slows down. And that's alright. Yeah, 97 to 98 felt like it took ages, but I honestly wasn't even really that concerned with my levels and stuff. I was more concerned with trying to get the correct gear that we need. So I have a loot filter that's set up right now. It's actually really strict, so hopefully we'll see some loot. That's good. I will probably mostly see items that I need to shatter for affix shards that I'm short on, but trying to rebuild that up. I'm looking for a T7 block chance. Neither of those are going to be it, but hold on to them. And then these ones are the void penetration shatters. Which one's this? Volatile zombies, only 1 LP, I ain't gonna worry about it. And what I've been doing here, so if it's tier 3 or higher of the one that I'm wanting to get the materials for, I will use a removal on it and just shatter the rest. That way, if you go this route, we will get, like, this is a tier 3, so when I use the removal on it, it gives me 3. Whereas if you shatter, it's a random amount. Which is really good if you have an exalted tier 6, tier 7, you get a bunch of those shards. This one's a 2, so we're just going to shatter it. And let's check our LP crafting tab here on our shields. Yeah, that's what I thought. We have, which one's this? A 16? Another 17. And an 18. I'm going to get rid of this 16% here. Let's go ahead and jump in. I think I want to work on getting my void damage up here. We could get 40% increased void damage here. We just got to get the blessing to actually drop. Now remember, if you're farming stability, which is basically what we're going to be doing tonight, you can go into the forge and there's a glyph in here called... a glyph. Called Glyph of Envy. Basically, this is going to add stability to your timeline, basically. But I'm not at the point that I'm really trying to rush that or anything like that, because I actually need a lot of gear to recover from that build and get good. So I'm not going that route, but keep that in mind if you're trying to kind of speed through stability or whatever, just so you can get those gazes. For your Shade of Orbis fights, you can do that method.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, we actually need the gear, so we're chilling. Chilling at 300 corruption. We're just getting started with the build, honestly.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, there's so much on the passive tree that just upped my survivability. I don't know how I made it to 300 corruption. I was like, I've never really pushed corruption before, so I was like, oh man, that's awesome that I got this far with that build, and I've learned a lot. We're looking at the positives. 2 more waves. Yeah, maybe we'll go over the rework here at some point, but I really just want to grind. It seems like during the day I do 1 map and then have to AFK for 30 minutes. Kind of hoping to get some good game time in here. Really want to go on that fire, but okay. I actually need to readjust here.
Ooch.
There. A little more cozy. All right. I haven't even killed normal Aberoth yet either. We got work to do. Onto the idols. Idols has been like one of the hardest things that, like, not hard, but like they're like, just like, yeah, it's hard to find the right rolls on, honestly. I'm being very strict with what I want. I got pooped on there. My health is way low too. I gave it up for I don't remember what I gave it up for. I really don't. I was thinking it was to get the crit reduction cap or whatever. Heal the gate. Let's just run this. Because the whole other thing too is not just finding the idols, but actually getting the right enchants on it, man. It's a grind. I think there's one I've enchanted like 40 times and have not gotten the perfect rolls yet.
I won't come back. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Maybe don't stand in that.
I cannot do that.
Lots we're looking for. I'm really want to get a good Code of the Sentinel, erase Code of the Sentinel relic. But everyone I've gotten, I've rolled, and they never roll any throwing damage on them. It sucks. Pure RNG, man.
I cannot do that.
If I get bored, maybe I'll go and farm for an anchor to use until we get it to drop.
I cannot do that.
See how it goes.
I cannot do that.
That.
I cannot do that.
I even thought about making my filter more strict so I don't see all these random uniques too. Alright, we don't want dodge. Damage over time, we'll take it. How much Weaver for? Okay.
I cannot do that.
As long as the second affix is... what is it? Damage over time, I think, is what we're looking for. Damage over time and then crit reduction.
I cannot do that.
Something like that. I can't remember.
I cannot do that.
Gotta look at my notes.
Stand down. I cannot do that.
Nemesis, go back for that. Yeah, I went and farmed a few commands of Aberoth's, the scepter that we're going to use, and then I went and farmed a couple of the shields that you need too. Bad boys gives us the Apocalypse buff, which is 70% increased void. Oh, I must have put a siphon in there. Elemental, get out of here. Ah, that's so disappointing. It's like if you put a unique in there, in the egg thing for the Nemesis stuff, and if it only rolls like 1 LP, you know, you can just go to the Turtle Island or whatever and roll it off. Reset it basically and then try again for higher LP, but if it rolls legendary and the legendary stats suck, it's dead item, then you just sell it. Give me a way to reroll legendaries.
I cannot do that.
I feel like that'd be way overpowered. Then what else? Oh, I need to pay attention to my prophecies tonight too. I've been letting those lapse. We're looking for cost reduction on rings. That's going to be what's going to bring this to the whole next level, honestly.
I cannot do that.
We're having some mana issues here. I've looked at getting more Void Essences as well. Because if you have 3 Void Essences, when you run out of mana, it'll give you a little bit of mana there. I think it's like 30% or something like that. What just happened there? But I'm trying to make sure I'm always have 3 Void Essences, and I don't think I do. But hopefully the cost reduction will help with that. Okay, we can go ahead and kill this. We'll do the Harbinger, sure, why not?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Gotta get more health, man. Forgot about this boss. I haven't fought him for a minute. Whenever we cast Anomaly, we gotta actually cast it at the target here too. That's the other oversight.
This haste, this despair.
Now that I think some Void Knights make the run in time bubble. It's giving us a 50% damage buff there as well. Actually, I think only 40 because I only have 4 points in it right now.
You will be forgotten.
Oof. A little too crazy for me there for a minute. I got all these void ball things too. See if I can get them away from there. Nope. Like the one move that I'm like, alright, I got a little bit of an attack window here. We're just gonna focus on not dying right here for a sec. Burn him, burn him, burn him, burn him. A little bit scary. Sword gain on kill. We don't need that. Crit. I know that's the shred. It rolled low. We're gonna keep my void damage. I'm glad I found the shred though. I wish it would have rolled higher. I want to test and compare. I don't know which one's actually going to be better, shred or just void damage. So we'll test it once we get a little bit higher. I'm not pushing corruption either. I'm literally just farming for better gear tonight.
I cannot do that.
Unless this one's low. I can't remember if this one's at 300. I like to be at least 300
I cannot do that.
for now. Eventually we'll push higher.
I cannot do that. Stand down or die. I cannot.
Alright, Nemesis. We gotta... I can't tell you how many times I've been trying to put something in the Nemesis egg and I die. I've also been, it's kind of crazy really, because with all this stuff going on, it's like I've gotten a whole renewed interest in this character too. Like before I was kind of bored with it, honestly. I was like, well, we got to 300 corruption, that's cool, we're good to go. Like I was skipping tombs and cemeteries, I wasn't doing any of the side stuff, and now like I've realized literally once you get to corruption, like once you get to 300 corruption, that's like kind of the start of the end game, kind of. In a sense. Like, what I mean by that is that's probably at the point where you're going to start really trying to deep dive into some of the newer systems that are locked behind the woven echoes. All the different crafting and different things you can do with those. And I've never really, I mean, I looked into a few of them, but I never really even cared about LP on with the whole turtle thing. I bet all these are just. That's another egg as well, yes. That was the ring that rolled elemental resistance, which isn't bad, it's not good. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Hello? What do you need? My phone? Ooh, we got these. So you hit Control I to import it. And then you have to find the video. Right. What are you doing, a Roblox video? Awesome, can't wait to see it. This is one unique item I'm thinking about working into the build, and the only reason I want to maybe do it is because we get 24% penetration, and I think that, yeah, I mean, that's almost max. It rolls up to 25, and that's really it. The time rot duration isn't that good. I don't really, all the other stuff I don't really care. But I don't know. I feel like if we were to go with the gloves that we've set out, they'll probably be better because you can get more stats on them. Like we're wanting to go for these gloves. This is the builder. If you hit the build command, this is what you're going to find. This one here, and this one's pretty up to date. So we have these gloves right here. So these ones are going to give us that damage over time. The armor mitigation applies to damage over time, which is actually really huge. Like, found out through all this, like, it helps out drastically. Like, I'm telling you right now, my damage over time effective health points was like 3k before. Like, it was really bad. I mean, I literally don't know how I made it to 300 corruption. Like, I did, I don't know how, but anyway, totally off track here. So the mitigation, you also get throwing attack, throwing damage, and then you got to remember, so the gloves we're comparing to are unique, so you can find legendary potential on them. So we could put some of these on there, but it's not like we'd be giving up everything. But I don't know, maybe we'll find another pair of gloves, like maybe we'll find some gloves or something. We'll do some legendary crafting maybe with it, and try it out. But that's the first pair of those I've found. A trophy? How do you say that? We'll throw them here into the LP crafting, and we'll just dump them down here. I'm not really committed to that whole setup yet, but it's something I'm kicking around. I mean, I feel like you'd have to have at least 2 legendary potential. But even then, you'd be losing health. I just don't know. These ones are your scatters. I like to get to at least 100 of these affixes that we're looking for. This one's sealed, so we can't even use it. For Legendary crafting, wouldn't want him anyway. Shatter. Take the health off there as well, why not? Ooh, hybrid health. I know I need more of those. I'm gonna removal that one. That's a more rare affix, I feel like. We could go... I don't really like the XP ones that they're got. I guess it helps. Every little bit helps, right? Every little bit helps. It's just not noticeable anymore. Well, it's an arena. I'm over here trying to go to the next room. There's even an exiled mage. I'll wait till the end of the arena for it.
I cannot stand down or die. I cannot do that.
And let's check prophecies after this run. If I remember. Dude, I'm telling you. So I like Circle of Fortune. I guess I've never tried Merchant's Guild, so I really can't comment on that, but I really do like COF, and we leveled up to 12. Nice. Prophecies grant twice as many items. That's awesome. Why aren't some of these don't like count? I don't understand. I've killed so many champions. We're gonna keep grinding. Yeah, I'll usually go till I have 100k favor, and then I'll go sit and roll prophecies for like, it literally, no joke, takes probably 30 minutes to fill up all your prophecies. And that's depending on what prophecies you're going for. Like if you're going for idle prophecies, it's going to take even longer. It's almost like torture. I wish what they would do is let me just say, these are the prophecies I want, and then it just like rolls it. I just like to save my time, man. Literally, I'm sitting there and I'm like, in this time that I'm hunting for prophecies, I could be killing stuff and just getting it to drop. Get my void resistance up there a little bit. Do another riff. Oh, let's see. I guess I will go over that exiled mage just because I saw more prophecies in there. I wonder if this is not at 300 corruption. I'm gonna check. How would that shield have been red? Oh, I know why. It's a tier 6 or higher block chance.
I cannot do that.
I should probably just go in and bump that up to 7 in the filter. I have so many P6s right now. Okay. Well, we don't have a shade unlocked yet, so maybe I will push up corruption a little bit. When I cast my debuffs too soon before the things even spawned. Waste of mana. Hey, there's scorpions. Is that what I need?
I cannot do that. I cannot.
Yeah, finally. And our scepters as well, I need to up the strictness on too. Maybe. I feel like we can farm so many of Abros command that we're going to be... Like, I thought about just farming Nemesis towers for like a full night. Just like a whole stash tab of Abros command and run Nemesis towers till I get the perfect one. Could do that.
Stand down. I cannot do that.
Give me loot. Here we go. Here's some shades. A little bit. This could become my highest. My highest stability. Push it up. I just like to know that it's over 300. For my OCD. Sometimes I wish the ones that, when they come back to life, I wish they'd come back to life quicker. Do that on the Weaver tree.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The anomaly, I reworked that too. So right down here. So if you cast anomaly and it hits the monster, they take increased void damage for like 5 seconds. So it's kind of like a, you know, and it does have an 11-second cooldown. So, but it's like a nice little burst.
Stand down or die.
Reminds me of like popping your DPS trinkets on World of Warcraft or something like that.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Unless you macroed him back then. Just did it automatically. That was for plebs though, because you gotta time that right. Guess we're doing a full tour of this map. I thought about just doing like a dungeon lizard farm one of these nights. Just get a bunch of people in there and farm lizards. I don't know if that's worth it. Like, I don't know if that's a thing, but... Also noticed in these tombs, sometimes I'll zone in, and like 5 seconds later, something will spawn at the entrance. It's really weird. I haven't noticed this since the latest top fix, though, so maybe... Maybe they fixed it.
Stand down, or I cannot do that.
World's biggest dead end.
I cannot do that. Stand down.
My health got extremely low. That's what's scary about using the shield. So if I'm at high health, I think it's every 3 seconds or 5 seconds. If I'm at high health, it'll take a bunch of my health to give me the apocalypse buff. What's scary is if that happens right as you take a big hit, you're screwed. Every 3 seconds, you lose 25% of your life. That's why I'm never at full life. Like, if I just stand here, second I'm back. What's going on with my health? Alright, damage over time, rolled tier 6. So we want, on our idols, the damage over time. But we also want armor and then mitigation. So for the base, it's got to be void damage if echoed recently and void dot. Which this one's decent, but it rolled so low. Okay. Both of these we gotta fix then. Like, you get the one try in these tombs. Even the bigger ones, what are they called? Cemeteries. They give you 2, but it's like these, you get one try in those tombs and it's like, it doesn't, you're just like, that was a, it just feels bad. I don't know. I'm sure there's some way to like bad luck protection or something. I don't know. I want you to grind it, though, forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yes. Take care.
Done a channeling build, and I really was not a fan. 17. Where are we at with these? Oh, we have too many 17s. This is a little bit exciting. So we have to have void damage here. But we're gonna we can't despair it because then you won't be able to use it for crafting. But we're gonna have to chaos this, and we're hoping for void damage. Trash. You can removal for the T6 pen. I don't need this shield. We've already got. Let's see how we're doing on void penetration. Okay, we do need more of that. For the crit. Oh, that was another thing I learned too that's really cool. So there's it's like way back when I used to play, there was, you would want to cap, there was no crit avoidance back way back years and years and years and years ago. There was no crit avoidance or crit reduction or anything like that way back then. So it's kind of a new, I mean, last time I played it existed, sure, but like way back, it was not even a thing. Back then, it was glancing blow, and you would just want to make sure you capture glancing blow, and it was really boring. Like, yeah, it was boring. And so they've reworked it now. They still have glancing blow in the game, but it's not the same. So right now you have crit reduction from crits, and then you have crit avoidance. But what makes them different, you're like, they're the same thing, but the crit damage reduction comes with armor on it, whereas your crit avoidance comes with dodge. So that's the thing you gotta, depending on your build, you gotta pick which one you want to cap. I like, because it gives you options. Pretty cool. Throwing damage and hybrid health. Wow. We've had that potion converted to ward. I don't think I have very many. The Havocs. Or whatever, Redemption. What's Havoc? Redemption is the one. I don't know if I want to gamble those on this. Well, let's see if we can get this poison resistance to roll anything good. Yeah, we wanted flat, not percent, but... won't be able to seal either. Let's see, what are we comparing against here? The only way this would be... Nah. This, I don't think we'd make it better. Fun while it lasted, though. Man can dream. I think we have Shade of Orbis after this. Oh, Shade. Yeah, I love this character though. I mean, it's really like this character has been a real journey, honestly. I know it sounds cheesy, but it really has been, man. I've learned so much. And, it's been a while since I've like fully nerded out on a build, and it really is refreshing. I wonder what my imprinted woven echo is. Hopefully it's Nemesis. Let's check before we re-roll the web here. Perfect. See how this goes. This is a little bit scary. These ones, they'll debate you that they get it, so you got to dodge that little area, and then that's right where they're gonna ram you. It's just get rammed. Whenever you have that little mechanic, immediately dodge as soon as it goes away. Fade out of the way. Trouble. See, every time. Every time. Rip. Let me go to the sacrifice bin. So basically what we're gonna do, it's actually kind of cool. So like before it was like if the unique didn't roll good, you were just screwed. You were screwed pretty much. But now you have choices. So with the LP, we can go throw that in the turtle, and then it's more than likely going to reset the legendary potential to 0, which is fine, because then if you go fight a nemesis, they have an egg in there, and you can put an item in there that has 0 legendary potential. And then what that'll do is, once you empower the boss and the item up, it's either going to roll with legendary potential or become a legendary. So one of those two things. So if it becomes a legendary, hopefully it rolls the stats you want. If it doesn't, the item's dead. If it rolls legendary potential and it's 1, you can do the whole process over again until you get, hopefully the rolls you want. And then the other thing you can do that's really cool, so like this Siphon Anguish here, the big reason I would want to use this is for my Void Damage Leech. I actually have one on right now. And the problem with this is it can roll really crap. So it can roll 1% to 3%. So if it's not like 2.5 or higher, like the one I have now is, I think, pretty bad. Obviously I need a better one. So I should be paying attention to that. But what you can do then, so like, let's see, like these two rolled under 2%. These ones are decent. So these two we can take into a different area. And I haven't done this yet, but from my understanding, we could sacrifice these two items, and it'll give me a new ring with all those ranges re-rolled on there. So, these two are going in the re-roll bin. And this one I have in the re-roll because the block chance, we want that to roll 20. Interesting stuff. Oh, we go fight the boss again. Get another, see if we can get our void resist, or our void damage. Blessing.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Stand down. I cannot do that. I cannot.
That's literally 40% increased void right there. If we can land it.
Do that. I cannot do that.
Yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time today just at the target dummy over by the arena. I would record the thing I was testing, and then I would watch back my replay, and I would go frame by frame to see the damage numbers. Because some things, like, sure, they have the DPS tooltip, but some things aren't calculated in. Like, for example, your echo damage stuff. I feel like that's not factored into the tooltip DPS. And so you really do have to go test it on that target dummy. And the highest hit I saw was just shy of 700k. But, you know, that's when you've got, like, a bunch of your hammer auras stacked up in, like, a giant cluster. And that'll happen. Got that XP up there. Maybe my highest corruption boss. What's up, dude? Happy Thursday. How are the ribs? Yeah? Dude, I'm jealous. We had to run to my... Or we got to go to my nephew's baseball game. It's actually a lot of fun. But we were in a big rush to get there because they live like 45 minutes away. So we grabbed Mickey D's on the way. It was not very good. Ribs would be a lot better than Mickey D's. And I had an orange for dessert. You know, real healthy. Gotta balance it out. Yeah, I don't remember the boss doing all this crap last fight.
This haze, this despair, oblivion burns within.
I feel like we killed it way faster last time, though, hey? Blast, blast, blast. No health potions. We're relying on leech. Getting ready for the Harbinger. Get in here. I'm farming it. Trying to get my void damage. What shield do you need? I may have it. I have the resonance too to trade
Cannot do that.
with you. My symbol's up. Ooh. Can't wait till the game drops the gear I want. Like, once you make the strict loot filter, you realize how crap your luck is, dude. I did like, man, I did like a 30-minute session earlier, and I think I found one item that could have potentially been an upgrade, but it didn't craft out right. And then it's weird, too, so I set up the filter, and I'm like, well, okay, I know the filter is strict. And then you're like, maybe we should make it less strict, since really, I mean, you can craft an item that's crap. You could potentially make it good, so it's like, maybe I should just get the base items. I don't know. I think that's the other part, too, is I have it literally just down to the exact base items that I need. But honestly, the real problem is my gear's decent. More decay, ignite. Ooh, didn't know leech rate was in here. Keeping my void damage. Cool. What our corruption go up? Or no, that wasn't a corruption boss. That was a deal. I need to take a drink of water, don't I? Oh, let me know if anyone wants in. I don't know how high a corruption I can really do, but go down here. Hopefully we find some Nemesis towers. Otherwise, I mean, I could go buy a bunch and we could put a bunch in at the next cemetery. I haven't used any of my Ember stuff, really, my whatever it's called. The woven currency. Maybe I should. Hold on, I just thought of something. So there's a woven echo for each class. Is that how people are farming the code of the erased or whatever for their class, I'm wondering? That it is. Because I need a really, really good one of those. I've rolled like 15 or 20 of them and they're all crap. So we're still using my Dread banner, but that would be massive. We would immediately get like 30-40% more damage. Probably even more than that. Going in. Yeah, man, this is gonna sound so weird. So, like, when I was in action RPG limbo, I was bouncing between games, and the one game that held my attention the most was that, Dark Hunting Ground game. And what I really loved about the game was that the gear, the itemization, and the crafting all just was fun, and it was engaging, and I was like, I can just mindlessly grind and try to get the best, just get like a buttload of stuff to craft, right? And then I really enjoyed just doing a long crafting session on that game, and there was just something chill about it. There was something super chill about just slaying a bunch of crap, having a fun crafting session, getting some upgrades, like that's what an action RPG, that's what I like in an action RPG, I guess. And I feel like I've kind of almost found that match with this character, trying to get these perfect rolls I need, and then you have the LP on top of it and all the ranges, and like it's just, it just all makes sense, and I think that's why I'm addicted. I don't know. Because the reason I had quit playing the Void Hammer was because I was struggling at 300 corruption. I mean, I didn't really know how much further, and it just turned out because I just didn't understand how a lot of the stuff worked. And like now that I've gone back and I've done, I've studied up. Okay, I still don't know everything, and I never will, but I know more than I did 48 hours ago, and I've studied quite a lot. And yeah, it just, you know, you're like, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Stand down,
It is good.
I cannot do that.
But I know it's gonna be a big grind trying to get all the perfect stuff and everything. As long as I'm enjoying the loot. I'm like, if you're really gonna make builds and you're gonna actually test these builds, I mean, you're gonna have to spend, I mean, you would have to spend hours and hours. 'Cause you could come up with a build guide and you could say, yeah, I've cleared this, I've cleared that. But if it's not like at least 1,000 corruption, I feel like there's not much credibility to it. Because I've seen some where they're like, yeah, I've cleared, you know, and I'm guilty of this too, where like, yeah, I've cleared, whatever it is. But I know, I think it can get over, I think it can go way higher, you know, and you're like, well, you think, but you haven't tested it. And I'm guilty of this too. It is the same thing. Because literally to test a build to that full extent, I mean, you would have to play that character for, depends if you're a dad gamer like me where you can only play a few hours a day, or, you know, you'd probably have to play 100 hours or more to really be able to put your stamp of approval on it type thing. Which is, it's kind of crazy if you think about it, because there's so many builds out there that probably haven't really been tested to that extent. I love it. I like it. I like deep diving. I haven't really dove in like this into a game for probably 2 or 3 years, really. I mean, to this extent anyway. We just play, get to the end game, I'll grind for a little bit, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm bored. But this one, I don't know. Got a whole list of theories that I'm going to test. I'm going to try to get gear for each of the tests and stuff. And the only thing I wish I had a DPS meter so I didn't have to sit there at the target dummy, record my gameplay, and then pause frame by frame. That's so freaking annoying. Full tip DPS are just not accurate. They're accurate to a degree. Okay, yeah, let's go down. Let's go down here, and then we'll figure out how many Sentinel echoes I have, and we'll go weave like 10 into the web or something like that. Because if that's how you get those relics, I'm gonna be a happy man. Let's see, so Sentinel, I have 3. Let's see, I have 18k memory amber. Let's see how much the Sentinel ones cost.
The Weaver accepts you with open arms, traveler. How may I aid you?
Oh, they're cheap. Do I have all the eyeball it? No, let's see. What's this one? Armor, jewelry. Well, another woven echo. Okay, so let's go. You want to hear a mistake I made? Big noob moment here. Real embarrassing. So I was like, I'm going to imprint, I don't remember what it was. It was a weapon or something. And I thought, I was like, I didn't know because I'd never done this first time. And I thought if I put it in the web, it would take my item and then I'd be screwed. So I used a rune in here to copy it. This one, a rune of creation to copy the item. And I put the copy in there. It doesn't take your item. It does not take your item. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did that. Great. Good moment. What if I imprint like multiple the same thing? Does that even? I don't know if that matters. Is this jewelry, or armor, or jewelry? Or shield. The siphon. The problem is I don't think I have any perfect like items that I really want. That's pretty good. We can do that. That's pretty good too. What was up? This one, instead of armor, we wanted health. That's right. Otherwise, it's pretty good. The other thing too, I don't know. So like, if I put an item in there, is it just the base item it's going off of, or is it factoring in like the same affixes as well? Let me just throw my Citadel boots in there and... Alright, let's go do our... Man, am I ever gonna get 100% void damage from that? That's the question. Be careful. Last time I was adjusting my feet, I kicked my mic and unplugged it. Switch my setup down here a little bit. Okay. Go throw these sentinel webs in there. Or echo, whatever. Woven echoes. We'll see if that can help us get our heal.
I cannot do that.
We got an exiled mage as well.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
There's a hybrid mana?
I cannot.
Reading the chat and the in-game chat, and they said there's like how there's hybrid health. There's a hybrid in mana. I did not. I don't know if I believe it. Half the time in chat, I'm like, do I take the bait or not? You know. Oh, I can't wait to get my mana fixed.
I cannot do that.
Really need to be saving my anomaly and abyssal echoes for champion packs and stuff.
By her design.
Do that.
These count. These count, right?
Cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Go get the burn. I hate those freaking beams, dude. They do so much damage.
I cannot do that.
Alright, cross your fingers. Not what I wanted to interact with. Cross your fingers. We got dodge. Oh, these are both crap. Okay, here we go. One of them's good. Roll this one. Always electrify, dude. It's always electrify. Alright, so we're going to run our Sentinel webs here. Why'd that look different? Oh, the reward type's random on them. Maybe I should have just done a straight line of them. Instead of zigzagging, I like that. Okay. Well, we have 10 of them to run, so let's see. Go what we seek.
I cannot do that.
Yes.
Okay, another pair of them gloves. Nice, very nice. You know what I could do? I could sacrifice one of, or not sacrifice, turtle one of these, and then egg it. I might do that. Let's see which one's crappier, and we'll do it. No, we'll just do that one. This one has crit avoidance and crit damage reduction.
Take that.
Saving up all the needles for when I try to push corruption too. Sentinel echoes here. We go. That's going to be another sacrifice. We should have thrown a turtle web on there. We have a cemetery unlocked, so we can do it later if we want.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
What are those? Oh, those are the void essences. I didn't know that's what they look like. I don't know how. I've never noticed that before. They're like little purple star things going around me.
I cannot do that.
Tripping me out. I was like, what is going on?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Eh? The loot that's fit for a sentinel must be in the chest at the end there. Yeah, and then the egg thing is the actual echo reward or whatever. Okay. Still didn't get my relic. We'll run all 10 of them and see how many we get. Place an item to imprint it into this slot to make champions sometimes drop a pile of items of the same item type that always have a sealed affix. Oh, okay, so we wouldn't... I don't think you can even get a sealed affix on this. The tier of the sealed affix can roll up to the tier of the corresponding affix on the item. The number of items in the pile is equal to the number of affixes on the item. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so... I didn't realize that that was for sealed. Oh, James, thanks for the raid, dude. What was your stream? I saw what you were streaming. I can't remember. What's up? I don't know why my audio didn't go off, but appreciate the raid, dude. Devil May Cry. That's, yeah, I don't know why I couldn't remember. Nice. If my thing still works. It half works. The raid, dude. Let's see. Sealed affix wise, I don't even know what I'm actually looking for here. I want to say it was... I mean, we could just do the chest, honestly. Let's just imprint the chest, probably. because it's based off the total tiers. We have 7. $25. We'll just throw it in there and find out. And then place a weapon or jewelry item. So that would not work there. Place an armor or weapon item. Armor or jewelry. Have a chance pile. You receive echo rewards. Okay, let me try this. Let's see if... Oh, where'd I put that at? That I sold it. I sold it, I bet. No. Here it is. What I don't know is if it factors in the... If it's just the base item or what. Oh, find out. Because I haven't seen one of those in a long time. What do you got for me? What'd you find me? Nice. Fire starters. This is the, like, alt leveling item, right? This and the calamity that we were talking about the other day. Increase spell damage. Nice. What? What? Dude, it's so rare that the legendary affix actually complements the item. Did you... I'm assuming this was Nemesis, right? Or did you slam it? Isn't that's what the cool kids say, right? They slammed it. I think. For me, I'm like, you legendary crafted it. But they're like, we slammed it. I'm just like, alright, you know. Nice. That's actually really rare, actually, to see that. I've gotten so many Nemesis. Just, yeah, they never line up. It seems like 145. That can roll up to 166. That might be good. Ooh, 3 LP. Not what we need, though. That's going to be a sacrifice. Ooh. What do we have here? That's a nice find. I need to do some towers. There's so much I want to do. I'm trying to figure out what's the best use of my time right now. And that one's going to be Void Pen 2 will shatter.
Take care.
Listen to the bad boy LP. I don't even know if it's good. Now, let's see here. We don't want plus to Abyssal Echoes, I can tell you that. We want void damage over time, bite, health, and then void and spell damage. And we're competing against, okay. Man, that'd be insane. 80% on that, though? So basically, we'd have to turn this into health. No! Why did it critically success? I got screwed over. And this one, we have the void damage, but we need to get void penetration on here. And we will just max that up to 5. And then let's see if, because we don't want any of these, because what's going to happen is we're going to slam this. We're going to combine it with a unique item, Nabroth's Command. We can guarantee one of the affixes transfer over, which will be either the void, probably the void damage, which we need to roll that higher, actually. Roll up to 166. It would have to be... And the void pen would be a downgrade, so we'd have to roll both those. I don't think we have enough forging potential to make this even worth it. Wow. Yeah, this one won't be good enough. It's so close, though. Fun while it lasted. Fun while it lasted. I love the crafting. And that's a sacrifice. Okay, let's do all these Sentinel webs. We're looking for the code of the erased Sentinel. I feel like I don't know, it seems like I got a lot of them while I was leveling up in early endgame. It seems like I haven't seen any really since I've gotten into the corruption stuff. It's really weird. Which timeline is relics? I need to figure that out. But no, I'm gonna keep going for this. I'm actually gonna keep going on this until I get my void damage blessing that I need. I keep getting distracted and just never get it done. Prophecy fulfilled. I love it. Prophecy fulfilled, no loot. Oh, balls.
Stand down. Die.
So much useless loot. Oh, this is not going at all how I wanted. Oh. We're doing what, 3 or 4 now and not a single code. Yeah, I looked on Last Epoch tools and it's one specific timeline. And then not only that, but you've also got to get the unique relic, unique or set relic node to show up. It's like so many conditions where it's like with the, I feel like with the shield and then the scepter, it's like they drop from this boss or harbinger and it's like I get them like every single time. So easy to get.
I cannot do that.
But not the code of the Sentinel.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Almost don't want to loot all that crap.
I cannot do
There's some decent ones for my mage. My mage now Rune Master.
Stand down or die. I cannot do that.
A lot of fire. Hey, I completed it right before I died. Nice.
I cannot do that.
Yes.
Spooky. Alright, these are the ones... Yeah, I was thinking about working onto the sorcerer, or the whatever it's called, Rune Master. If I ever quit playing this guy, I don't know if I ever will. Is there even worth saving?
Take that.
My OCD. I know. I think these are all greens, right? Yeah. Void Pen 3. Wow, really? A tier 5 on those. Impressive. Rip, should have removaled it. The void and then the spell. Okay, I'll... And then reduced crit damage, blah, 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 blah. And I don't think we really have much for an... In terms of an egg, we've got that other siphon that I really don't care to egg. I can't remember if I got another scepter or not. It seems like it rolled 1 LP, so I have to sacrifice it now. To the Turtle Island.
I cannot do that.
The dawn of the black sun. My shadow will cover this world once more.
I cannot do that.
Alrighty, brother. Here we go.
A dead god for a dead world. Pathetic. I cannot do that.
Do the dance, do the dance, do the dance. I have not that I haven't seen. I haven't killed Aberoth though. No, it's really weird. Like, I was like, oh, once I get a 300 corruption and then try Aberoth, I'm gonna be done. And I was for a while. I put the build on the back burner. And I posted my build guide video and I realized, like, the build was only, like, maybe not even 40% efficient. Like, there was 60% of it was literally dead stats that did nothing. Which I didn't know, and I learned it all, and it's just crazy. And so now I'm like, well, let's make it good. Let's do this right and see how high we can actually push it. So I'm actually considering trying to push to 1,000 corruption and trying Uberoth net. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, as far as like actually seeing the stuff, yeah, I just need higher numbers now. I would say... Ooh, got a shred. I would say, like, I've already probably beaten that tower and beat TL3 at this point. I would say, like, the equivalent to that Torchlight 3, whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was called. The endless dungeon that ended at floor 256 or whatever. I'd say the equivalent to that is, like, getting to 300 corruption and killing Aberoth. The genie, yeah. I totally forgot. Oh man. Titan Quest 2 this summer if they don't delay it again. I'm pretty pumped. Like, I don't know. I always say this when I'm playing these games. I'm like, I mean, I'm really into this. I'm not gonna play any other game. And I always feel that way. Like I feel that way truly. And then it's like something catches my eye, and I'm like, well, guess we'll check that out. Probably gonna be Titan Quest 2 that's gonna do it for me. Nah, I can't. It seems like ages ago. It's actually wild. I'll still get comments on my Torchlight videos asking about, oh, does this work or this or that? And I'm like, I don't know. Man, that game, man. Whoa, about died. I think what really kind of sold me on that whole Torchlight 3 thing was the MMO aspect of it. And then, okay, we got to make sure we're safe so we can throw the, if I have a scepter to egg. If I have a scepter, we're going to do that. Otherwise, we'll do a Siphon of Anguish ring here.
I cannot do that.
Oh, I like Torchlight Infinite. I never got into that to that extent. I always got bored with it. But played it a little bit when I worked it. Back when I had a job. And I could just play games the whole time I worked. Let's see. We are looking at not dying. Actually, no, I did play Torchlight Infinite, but on PC as well. But make me... Nope, no scepters. We need to farm more scepters then. We'll just throw this in. That's 2.5, decent. Maybe it's good. Yeah, I feel like if I would have stuck with Last Epoch through the years, I feel like it could have been my Torchlight 3. Yeah. Yeah. They have it on Steam now too. It actually is it's decent. Torchlight Infinite's decent on PC. Oh, I don't need that. These are probably shatters.
Take care.
So you can actually set up your stashes here. I already done it, but I can show you. It's kind of cool. Like Path of Exile, where you can set affinities or whatever. So like if you throw a material in there, it'll go to your material tab or maps or whatever. But in this one, you can do even more. Literally, it's tab priority. And then right now I have it if it has 2 LPs. So what happens then is like, I don't even have to be on that tab. I can just open this up or whatever. And it just automatically goes in there. Super awesome. And then I kind of was setting it up for my legendary crafting stuff, but I've had to rework this whole build, so a lot of that stuff's old. I need to sort it out. Yeah, sort it all out. You know, I feel like if I would have stuck with Last Epoch through all the years, cause I've been playing it since it came out in early access in 2019, so just off and on. I always got so bored with it in the end game. This is the first time I've actually pushed this much, really. I never had even done corruption until this update. So much has changed. It's just, it's literally like a whole different game, and that's kind of why I'm like with Titan Quest 2. I know I'll play it. I'll play it obviously, but the other part of me is like, man, maybe I should just not play it till it's out, you know, official launch, because it's going to be way different when it actually releases than early access. But
I cannot do that.
Can I do Void Rift?
I cannot do that.
Yeah, my goal is to find like 2 to 3 games that like those are my go-to, and just blast them. I always get distracted.
I cannot do that.
Never fails. Always a new shiny game coming out.
I cannot do that. I cannot do
Better get at least one Sentinel code or I'm going to be very, very triggered. I don't really care that much. I'm a little bit disappointed. Got a whole nother thing. Oh, I'll take it. We got this one as well. Yeah, we'll go down here, do idols, grab that one, and then I'll finish out the other three. I better at least get one.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, the whole Torchlight. So the whole Torchlight, not Infinite, Torchlight 3. I liked the whole idea of an MMO action RPG. And so that's what, because that's what Torchlight Frontiers was supposed to be originally. Because back then, I mean, I loved MMOs. I had all the time to just grind whatever. Like, I freaking loved it. And I thought, oh, this will be the great mesh of the two genres. And then, obviously, you know. And then I thought, well, Lost Ark's going to be it. And then I think I've come to realize, like, I just don't know if they can really mesh action RPGs and MMOs and make them, like, kind of true. They're going to have to give up certain things of each. And me, anyway. The pipe dream, I guess.
I cannot do that.
Also, the older I get too, like, schedules don't align now with families and friends and stuff, so it's like you're never online at the same time anyway, so just play the game and blast, really.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I missed my shield rush. I missed the mobility.
I cannot do that.
As I was running around not even casting hammers. I try to cast it. Like, if I'm running through a map, I'll try to at least cast it every 3 seconds, just so I have something up.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Get your arm up in there, bud. He tried. Ooh, we got one. We got one. Nice. I don't have to complain. Only took 6 of them. Now, I don't know if it's because it's the Woven Echoes or is it RNG. And also, I want to say that was that an Exalted Relic? Well, I think the Echo Award or whatever. I think it was. Let's check that, because that could have played into it. Oh, I cleared my first ever tier 4. What's it called? That dungeon where you craft legendaries. Temporal Sanctum. I did my first ever tier 4 Temporal Sanctum, and it was freaking hard as balls, dude. I about cried. Like 5 tries. These dungeons don't even scale off corruption either. That's. I didn't think it'd be that hard, really. But I have to do anytime I want to craft on my unique shield, if I want to put more block chance on there, I have to clear that tier 4 Temporal Sanctum, so hopefully by the time we need it next we're a little bit stronger. Alright, let's check that Echo here. That was a Glyph's Echo, so couldn't have been that. Very strange.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was RNG or if it's because we're doing Sentinel. We're gonna say it's the Woven Sentinel Echoes.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
These Void Prophets are terrifying.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, I've been doing a buttload of research for this build. And there's so many different ways that you can go with it that people are saying can actually, you know, do 1,000 corruption. And I've found like 2 accepted variants of it. But I'm trying my own thing that's a little bit different, that I think is actually going to be stronger. But what's weird to me, and I've noticed this over the past 6 years that I've been playing this game, and I think this is with most action RPGs that are popular, is there's just like an accepted way to do each build or whatever, and if you stray off that path, it sucks. But I feel like if we can actually, you know, not just theorize it, but actually, like I was talking about earlier, actually prove that it can do what I say it can, and get that stamp of approval on there. Like, that's the only way, you know what I mean? It's like... I was watching one dude, so he was talking about, oh, what stat was it? Oh, armor applies, like a certain part of your armor applies to damage over time. And then competing for, like, other just straight up. But anyway, his point was, like, people put... Well, how do you say it? The crit... The damage over time stuff is way overrated in terms of reducing the damage, because usually you're like most times you're gonna die from taking a big hit, like a boss or something. Let's take a quick 5 after this dungeon. The wife calling me here. But you know, at the same time, like you wouldn't want to just totally ignore all that. Hey, what's up? We're good. We got about 15-20 minutes here. Let's see. Hopefully we can at least get these done. And then maybe see what we can turn these relics into. I think I only have 2 more of the Wovens left. No, I just have this one. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this will be my last Sentinel Woven. Which is crazy. Out of 9, I've only gotten 1 of the codes. Of the Sentinel relics. Try to get a buttload of them, but
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
apparently not.
Too heavy. Too heavy.
Whatever, I'm just gonna leave it then. Whoa!
Too heavy.
Oh, if they're blue, we've got to loot them. Means they have some of the affixes I'm actually looking for. And the correct base item, which is huge. Several of my base items right now are not correct.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I guess we'll do the tomb if it's not too far out of the way. Best shrine in the game, boosts everything. Boosts everything.
I cannot do that.
We'll run this just so we can roll another idle enchant. I know my bags are full, so miss out on a little bit of loot. Yeah, see how that shrine spawned in late? Nemesis down here, I think. Gonna have to egg it, I believe. I don't know. I don't think I have any. I don't have anything to egg, so we're just gonna pop it. Maybe I hallucinated it.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I also haven't seen any idols. It must be that rare. That's the thing with these loot filters, dude, is you're like, well, I know it's strict, but it's like, am I screwing myself over and just, you know, did I mess something up in there? But I've seen them before through the same filter, so I know it's not that. It's like they're really that rare. Like, that's wild.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, we can leave that one.
I cannot do that.
Feels so good to get it all up and running.
Too heavy.
What can we drop?
I cannot do that.
Alright, game, give me that. Give me anything other than electrify. Prove to me. Got some interesting relics. No electrify, no electrify. Throwing damage, we'll take it. It's not the one we want, but we'll take it.
Too heavy.
Oh, okay, we still have one more Sentinel Woven. Let's get this cleared out first.
Yes.
Whoa! We got a 3 LP Siphon of Anguish. How are we going to not screw that up? We're going to have to get an insanely good Exalted Ring. Woo! I honestly never thought I'd see that. I had to rub my eyes to make sure it was real. 2 LP Viper Tail, nice. Heartseeker is throwing? Oh. Oh. Wait, so you can auto cast it? That seems like a really interesting unique for that. All your shatters. Void damage over time. Oh, reduced damage, okay. Crit. Wow, so many tier 5 void pens. Damage over time to get that out of here. Alright. Please be good. That's the base item we need. Oh, really nice, actually. Both good. Oh, let's see. I think the vitality and health is right. Increased health and void damage over time. We'll play with it for a little bit here. So it's literally got to be... Like, we have options. So we could either try to re-roll this with a Chaos Glyph. But the pool that it pulls from is massive. So I feel like we'd be better off to try to use a Despair. And seal the cold resistance off. Because cold resistance isn't going to hurt me. And, of course... And then now we've basically tanked the item. That's not. Let's see. What are we going against here? So. Oh, okay. This is going to take a lot of work. We're going to just throw it in here. And we'll, we may work on that one later. Ooh, there's your mana cost. Too bad it's not what we're looking for. Everything else rolled trash. Alright, last Sentinel Echo. Here we go. Drastically need to fix this mana stuff. I about got baited into that, dude. dropped a unique in there, and then we're gonna blast me.
I cannot do that.
That was great.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Power. Empower it. Where is the siege golem at? Another one, dude. Dude, that was fiery.
Stand down or die.
Alright, that was 10 Sentinel woven echoes. And we got one Sentinel relic. Let's see if it rolled any good. Oh my. Not bad. Let's see. Void damage is 110. Which is gonna be better than that. We're gonna lose the 20 flat throwing damage, which is gonna hurt drastically. See, like the crit on my banner is a dead stat. That's one we're trying to fix. Oh, okay. It's when the apocalypse buff is up that it's... Okay, so without apocalypse, it's at 12.7. And then without, so it's 330 DPS difference, but we're getting +1 to all Sentinel skills. And increased armor, which is 2% more armor basically. And that armor mitigation for damage over time. And the ally resistance. I think I'm going to call it an upgrade. I know it's not a massive damage upgrade, but I think, you know, and getting rid of that crit's going to be, getting rid of that dead stat feels good. Like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
Yes.
We're still going to be hunting for a better one, though. Where are these in here? Oh no, don't shatter my good one. Almost totally screwed myself over. On with Tier 2 Void Pen. Wow.
Yes.
Thunder Strike. Don't bait me, game. Don't bait me. I'll fall for it. I cannot believe this rolled 3 LP. That's insane. Well, then I feel like what I should probably do would be sacrifice these other siphons into this one to see if we can roll it better. Maybe before we craft it into a legendary. I'm not sure. I don't know what the play is. We'll figure it out though. that is going to wrap it up for this last Epoch Season 2 Updating Void Hammer live stream. Came out here and hung out with us live. I greatly appreciate it. And thanks again to Spooky James for the raid. Make sure you go follow him, check him out on Twitch. He's a Spooky James. Thanks again for the raid, dude. We are working, I'm working really hard to get this build right. I feel really bad about the build guide video I put out. I'm going to leave the video up, and we're going to update it. And I feel really bad about it, but you know what, man? I'm human. Mistakes were made, and I'm learning from those mistakes. Become better at crafting build guides for Last Epoch, and I'm having fun in the process. Usually with Last Epoch, I will just like grind, or not really grind, but I'll just play till the end game and then get bored and then quit playing. But like this time around, really digging into it and really learning about all the little fine details and how all of it works and everything has been really rewarding to me, and I've really had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, I've done a lot of research for this build, and hopefully we can push it up as high as possible. That's the plan for me anyway. I'm really enjoying it. So that's it, man. It's gonna wrap it up for this Last Epoch video. We'll see y'all in the next live stream or video. We'll see you for sure tomorrow night, though. It's Friday night stream night. Later, y'all. Peace.